So some of you may remember that I covered the announcement for the new King Kong video game, and I had my complaints then about how terrible it was, and even compared it to the old game for what, the PlayStation 3? Maybe the PlayStation 4? I think it was the PlayStation 3. Anyways, I said it was going to be pretty fucking bad. And fuck you, I was right. I am seeing streams all over the place and Twitter posts everywhere about how fucking bad this game is and how it's nothing but a scam. And I can't help but laugh. And this is from Kotaku. New King Kong game is very, very bad. Yeah, no shit. And I've got some gameplay footage, so we're going to read through the article. I'm going to switch back and forth. But before we start, make sure you smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed and make sure you share this video out. Hey, good news. It's been a long time, but we finally got a new King Kong video game. Bad news, Skull Island Rise of Kong appears an ugly mess of a thing, and bad news, Skull Island Rise of King Kong appears an ugly mess of a thing, and it might be the worst game of 2023. Yes, even worse than Gollum. Kotaku is normally a piece of shit that over-exaggerate and lies about everything. Unfortunately, they're right on this one. Announced in July, Skull Island Rise of King Kong is the first King Kong video game in nearly 20 years, and this is the shit they gave us. The last game featuring the lovable big ape who sometimes fights Godzilla was 2005's Deep Breath, Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie. That game was developed by Ubisoft, and while not perfect, was a really interesting mix of first-person combat and third-person action. Absolutely. Comparing it to today's standards, it's a piece of shit. Back in the day, it was pretty fucking good. It had players switching between Kong and humans throughout the adventure while experimenting with no HUD. I think that was one of the first ones to do it. I don't want to say the first. I know there were plenty before, but Skull Island Rise of Kong, on the other hand, is just a bland beat-em-up with bad cutscenes, nasty visuals, and not much else. Oh, I'm going to delve into that one, because it's even worse than that. Skull Island Rise of Kong, out now on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC, was flying mostly under the radar following its summer reveal. That changed on October 16th when users on Twitter began posting clips of the game and the internet quickly began dunking on it. Oh, dunking's an understatement. So here we go. This is going to be an actual game clip. I saw this and I was like, oh my god. I knew it was going to be bad, but not this bad. In case you missed it, the intro to a boss fight is a picture on the screen, right? You can see the background of where you actually are in the game, and then they just post up a random fucking picture of the enemy. It's like, what the fuck? Seriously? Oh, hold on. There's some more to this. Yeah, that's pretty bad on its own. Whoa, why'd you jump up to the top? That's what I get for going to Kotaku. Another clip from the same user who was playing the game on Switch shows awful performance during a small fight against some crabs. Yeah, it's so bad. Oh my god, that would make me actually still stuttering frame rate. And if you don't know and you haven't seen anybody play it, you literally just mash the same button, over and over and over and over and over again until you get a little quick action that tells you what other key to press. It's so bad. Quit jumping up to the top of the article, damn it. Kotaku, fix your shit. But there's even more to this article, so here we go. YouTuber MK Ice and Fire has also uploaded YouTuber MK Ice and Fire has uploaded a video showcasing the first hour of the game, and it only makes Skull Island look worse. Combat looks boring as you fight the same basic enemies in similar looking environments while music endlessly loops behind the action. At one point, Kong's mom, who is looking for baby Kong in a playable flashback, leaps to the ground and a cutscene interrupts her landing, causing the impact sound frantically repeat over and over and over again during the entire scene. Ah, it's bad. After Kong's parents die, the young ape runs away during a storm and looks down to a puddle. The scene is meant to be sad, however, because the tech behind the game isn't great, Kong's reflection is blurry, pixelated mess that lingers for far too long. So yeah, needlessly to say, this isn't a great game, blah, 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 blah. I don't give a shit about your opinion, Kotaku. Online, the chatter has turned from dunking into the game to suggesting that this might be the worst game of 2023, beating Gollum. And I did a video on how bad that was. Oh my god. Like, PlayStation 1 graphics were better than Gollum. Even the gameplay is terrible. And I might be inclined to agree, especially because the actual worst game of 2023, the crappy Last of Us's clone exclusives to the Switch, was removed from the eShop earlier this year. Holy shit. That's good. So there's a couple things Kotaku doesn't say about this. The game is $60. You're paying $60 for this shit. I wouldn't get this game for free. You could not give it to me. And here's how little thought the devs put into this game. The executable runtime, if you look at it while you have the game pulled up, it's just titled Monkey. Monkey. Not King Kong. Not the name of the game. Not Kong. Monkey. They cared so little they couldn't even bother naming it. They're just like, monkey game. But just in case you think those little clips are nitpicked out of the entire game, this is the first boss fight in the game. So bear with me, watch this, and God, yes, it is this bad. So here we go. We have Az fighting the first boss as Kong's parents. And this is the shocking moment he realizes. No! Yes, Az. What he just figured out is you can literally run around the boss and it can't attack you, it can't swing at you, and it can't move. It literally just rotates in place. No! So this goes on for several minutes. He is one-handing the controller, holding down the joystick in one direction, running around the boss, and actually makes phone calls in the middle of the gameplay to tell people to watch his live stream so you can see how terrible this is. This is the quality of boss fight you get with the new Kong game. But I'm going to draw your attention away from that for just a second. If you can, watch King Kong run around. Actually watch him. Do you see it? It looks like this motherfucker is sharding as he runs. My only assumption is that they tried to make it look like comic book when people take off and they have the blast under their feet. That's the only thing I can think of, and they completely missed the fucking mark. So the boss fights are a joke. All you have to do is run around them. You don't dodge, you don't roll, you just run in circles. While they stand in place and turn and don't attack you. The entire time, you're just shitting yourself. Like, what the fuck is this game? And they're charging people $60 fucking for this. There is no way anybody on this fucking team is happy with the game they put out. They can't be. There is no possible way. I wouldn't pay $1 for this game. You couldn't give it to me. I would not play this game. It is fucking terrible. Like, how do you actually spend time on this and say, yes, we're ready to sell this. We're ready for people to see our game. We're proud of this. How at all? Like, the only thing I can think of is that they somehow thought that making this look like a comic, like a half-assed comic, because let's be honest, you can tell the graphics aren't intensive. You can tell there's not a ton of work put into it. Like, it just does not look good. But they still put it out for sale for $60. Who the fuck do these people think they are? But guys, I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. While you're there, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this out. And until the next one, be easy like sleazy.